how you would write the sum of two numbers is 100. How would you write that? Let's call our numbers x and y, just so everyone's on the same page. X plus y equals 100. The sum of two numbers is 100. So we would say x plus y is 100, okay? What about the difference of two numbers is 50? What's a difference? Subtraction. So x minus y equals 50. How would you write one number is twice the other? X equals 2y. One number is twice our other number. So x is 2 times y. Okay. These are the ones you have to be a little bit careful with. More than and less than. When that than shows up, that's when you should be telling yourself switch them. Now, more than, does it matter if you switch them? No, because it's adding, right? And adding is commutative, so you may write it in either order. But less than, you absolutely must switch them. So I'm going to just try to get you in the habit of switching them whenever it's more than or less than. This one says a number is 20 more than 3 times the other. How would you write that? No. So a number, let's call that x. What's is in math? Equals. Okay, now it's 20 more than 3 times the other number. So we're switching the more than, right? It's plus, but we're going to put 3 times the other first. So 3y first and 20 at the back, right? So x equals 3y plus 20. So how do you write number 5? A number, x equals, that's your is. Right, 4y minus less than 60. Okay. If I say two angles are complementary, first of all, what does complementary mean? 90 degrees. So two angles are complementary. How would you write that? X plus y equals 90. So two angles are supplementary. X plus y equals 180, right? If they're supplementary, they add up to 180. Okay. Number 8, it says the cost y. So now they're going to tell you what variables they want where, okay? The cost y for an electrician who charges $40 for the first hour and $30 per hour after the first hour, where x is the number of additional hours. How would you write that? The cost.
Y equals 40 plus 30x.
Yep, 40 plus 30 times the number of additional hours, 30x. Okay, number 9. The amount of money I have in 5s, which we're going to call our x's, and 10s, which is our y, is $90. How would you write that? Okay, so here's the deal. The total number of 5s and 10s, that's going to be x plus y. X plus y. 5s plus 10s is 16 bills. But now we're talking how much money. What do we got to do, Roman?
5x plus 10y equals 90.
Yes, 5x. So it's $5 for each x that we have, plus 10 times y equals 90. This happens a lot where we talk about the number of bills versus the cost, the value of the bills. Just make sure when you're talking number of bills, they don't have the coefficient. It's a 1. But when we're talking about the value of them, you need to attach the value. When it's talking dollars, 5 has to go with your x's, 10 has to go with your y's in that scenario. Okay, questions on any of that? That's not really anything new, just trying to get your brain back in that mode. Okay, here's where we're going to set up some systems then. So it says write 2 equations, right? Write a system and solve by substitution or elimination. And you get to choose on this. Which one makes more sense to you? Go with that one. So the sum of 2 numbers is 63. How would we write that? The sum of 2 numbers is 63. X plus y equals 63. Okay, the difference is 19. How would you write that? A new equation. So this is one equation, right?
X minus y equals 19.
Yes, their difference, so x minus y equals 19 is the second equation. Now you choose, and some of you are going to say, I want to do substitution right here, and you can totally do that. And others of you are going to say, nope, I think elimination is easier, and you can do that, okay? It's not wrong either way. Just out of curiosity, how many of you want to do substitution with this? How many of you want to do elimination with this? Okay, looks like elimination is the big winner, so we're going to go with that. But if you like substitution, do substitution. Isolate the x or isolate the y and run with it. This one, do we need to multiply our two equations by something? No, because we already have opposites, right? Our y's are opposites, so we're going to add them together. But can I just tell you that this one, when it's an x and a y and an x and a negative y, often gets done wrong. And I haven't fully figured out why. But for some reason, when people see this, instead of adding their x's together, they just leave it as an x. And I don't know what that is. But this is 1x plus 1x. So that's how many x's? 2x, okay? This goes away because that's 0. So 2x equals, this is 82 when you add them together. So now just divide by 2. So x is 41. Then what? Plug it back in. Where would you like to plug it in? The top one. So it'll be 41 plus y equals 63. So we're going to take away 41. And you get y equals 22. Okay, so it says find the two numbers. You don't need to write this as a point. X is 41, y is 22. They just tell you to find the two numbers. That's fine. Okay, you want to try this one? Give it a go. Two angles are complementary. Their difference is 54, right? So this is one equation. This is another equation. Find the measure of those angles. So try to set up those equations. What are you going to get? I forgot to record that one. Number 12. A number is 3 times as large as the second number. Their sum is 96. Find the numbers. How do you write a number is 3 times as large as a second number? If we call a number x, what comes after x? What is in math? Equals. X equals what? 3y. Yep, x equals 3y would be one equation. Their sum is 96. So we're going to say x plus y is 96. How many of you would do substitution right now? How many of you would try to do elimination right now? Substitution's easier. You can do elimination with this. Do you know how? If I move the 3y to the other side, what do I put on the right side? What number would be there? A 0. Yeah, you'll have a 0. So if you want to do that, you can. I am going to take this 3y and drop it in for my x. So 3y plus y is 96. 3y plus y is 4y. And then we're going to divide by 4. So 96 divided by 4 gets me 26. 24. 94 divided by 4. Oh, what? 96 divided by 4, my bad, is 24. Thank you. Okay, so we get y is 24. Now take that number and drop it in here. So x is 3 times that 24. So our x value is going to be 72. So those would be your two numbers. And again, you can plug them back in. 72 plus 24 does get you 96, so we know we're good. Why don't you try 13? Give that a go. Do you have an answer? X is 7. Y is 23. Good. So the sum of two numbers is 30. So X plus Y is 30. And then 3 times the first number. So 3 times X plus 2 times the second number, 2 times Y, equals 67. So I think a lot of times people see that and they go, oh, let's just subtract X or let's just subtract Y and substitute. I still like to do elimination better. So I'm going to do elimination. What would you multiply that top equation by? Negative 3. Yeah, so this is going to be a negative 3X, a negative 3Y, and a negative 90. Please don't forget that last one. It gets forgotten so much. That poor constant on the end, he just gets ditched. Don't forget about him. So if we add these together, this is 0. 2y plus a negative 3y is a negative 1y. 67 plus a negative 90 would be a negative 23. So divide by negative 1, and y is 23. Okay, and then I would probably just come back up to this one. X plus 23 equals 30. Take away the 23, and we get X is 7. Okay? Questions on that? 2 more. Number 14 says one plumber charges $45 for the first hour of work and $23 for each additional hour. Another plumber charges $30 for the first hour and $28 for each additional hour. For how many hours will the cost of each company be the same? So here's a little hint for you. X is your additional hours, and your answer is not what you get for X. Keep that in mind. Okay, can you give me some equations? One plumber charges $45 for the first hour and $23 for each additional hour. Let's say Y equals, so the total cost equals what?
45 plus 23.
Yes, 45 plus 23x. What's your second equation? The total cost equals 35 plus 28x. Okay. What are we going to do with those? Substitution or elimination? Substitution. I would do substitution. You can do elimination. If you like it better, you can do elimination. These ones, I think it makes more sense just to take this and drop it in place of the y. So we're going to say 45 plus 23x equals 35 plus 28x. So if we solve that, take away 23x, you get 5x. Take away 35, you get 10. So if 5x equals 10, divide by 5, that means x is 2. Okay, now the question was, for how many hours will the cost of each company be the same? Why is my answer not 2? What is my answer? It's 3. Why is it 3, Casey? You're right. It is 3. Why is it 3? Right. It's $45 for the first hour or $35 for the first hour. So that's an hour of work, right? And then X is each additional hour that we're adding on to that. So for 2 more hours, meaning the first hour plus those 2, your answer is going to be at 3 hours of work, they will be equal in cost. Okay? So X is 2, but the number of hours is 3. Yeah.
Does it matter if you have 35 plus 28x on the left side?
No, you can switch those and you'll get the same answer. Yep. All right, last one. Why don't you try this one on your own again? When Tyler cashed his birthday checks for $100. Okay, totally fine if you don't, but I want to make sure we finish this before the bell rings. So can you give me one equation in your system?
12 equals 180. X plus y 12.
X plus Y equals 12. That's one of them, right? If he gave you 12 bills, $5 bills plus $20 bills has to equal 12 total bills, right? So when it's the number of bills, X plus Y equals that number. Roman, what's the other one?
5x plus 20y equals 180.
There we go. $5 per the number of those bills plus $10 per the number of, 20, not 10 that time, plus Y equals the total value. Okay, so that's your system. Now you solve it. And again, if you want to do elimination, do elimination. If you want to do substitution, do substitution. How many people did substitution on this? How many of you want to do substitution with this? I can do elimination? Okay, let's do elimination. So I would multiply the top by what? I would do a -5, yeah. So distribute this, -5x minus 5y equals a -60. And then we're going to add them together. So this is 0. This is 15y equals 120. And then divide by 15. And you get 8. What does that mean? 8 $20 bills. So you have 8 $20 bills. So how many $5 bills? If you plug the 8 in here, x plus 8 equals 12. So x is 4. So that means we have 4 $5 bills. Make sense? Make sure you explain to me what your answers mean. Okay? Tell me what your answers mean.